Let's take a look at a sequential circuit. Now, what we want to do is we want to light these lamps one at a time in order and just keep going over and over again like that. Now, what you normally do, you would probably pick out a decade counter, maybe a CD4017, and that's just a series of flip-flops, and it's used to store a current count, and then you have a clock that increments that count, okay? And I think in this case, it's probably a 4-bit counter, and so it'll count from in binary from 0 to 15, and you can use that to turn on the LEDs. And that'll be the easiest way to do it, but we're not going to do it this way. We're going to do it old school with just some capacitors, okay? So here's a couple circuits here. Let's start with this one first. It's the easiest here. We just have 2 neon lamps. We have a capacitor and a couple 2 meg ohm resistors here, okay? So here it is here. Whoops. I'm going to turn the light off, I think, so you can see this better. I think you see that better. Okay. So there they are. They're switching back and forth. And here's this is in microamps. So we're drawing, what did I say, 35 microamps, okay? So, in fact, I turned off the power supply, and just the capacitor and the power supply itself is running this circuit, and it'll run it for quite a while. So that's this circuit here. Now let's try this one. There we go. And the power supply is still off, but I'll turn it back on. And in this case, we're drawing 92 microamps. Okay, if you can see that or not, but it's very low power. And what I was going to do with this, I was going to have 10 9-volt batteries hooked together, and that thing's going to run for a long time. We'll let that. In fact, I'll turn the power supply off, and it's just running off the capacitor in the power supply. So that's all it is. That's a sequential neon lamps. Okay, and you know, normally you'd use just a decade counter and some LEDs, but this is kind of fun, a little project to do. Anyway, thank you. This project was it was out of an old Radio Shack flyer that came out years ago, and you know, somebody else came up with this design, and I've kind of lost all the paperwork on that, but I just kind of remember what it was like. Anyway, thank you.